Thanks for the love and support on the last video, and as requested I made another video on Hereford Base, and these are locations where Valkyrie cameras can be thrown outside without being detected. Alright, let's say OBJ is in dining, alright? Usually you have thermite trying to open this wall right here, and it's always good to overlook this whole east side part, seeing what's going on for who's droning, who's pushing, especially last second matches, right? So what you're going to do for the first camera is go all the way up to the 3rd floor. And this should be done right after prep phase is over. Those 2-3 seconds where they come off their spawn, alright? So what you're going to do is throw the camera on this left tree. And voila. You could actually get a better one, you know, even though this is a good camera, you could actually get a better one out there. And this camera is actually also as well as good for the thermite, is when thermite's trying to push the storage corridor, this outside part, overlooking this back part over here, and always who's repelling on this side. So if you perfect. It's a little better. Right? At times the OBJ tends to be in the master bedroom, whether it's the hostage that sits right there or the secure area that sits right there, right? And if it's a good ranked team or a good casual team, regardless of it, you can have a Blackbeard peek in this window in your west side master bedroom, right? And you have a thermite or maybe a thatcher even push up trying to open up the offices near here. And it's always good to know what's going on there on the west side. So this Valkyrie camera is actually very similar to the one that we just threw over there, but it's towards the west side. So if you go to the ballistic mat depot and throw a camera, it's gonna land right below the tree, but it's still gonna look really good. Bam. And this sees everything from the garage right there below all the way to the master window that we were talking about, the thermite hole, or even more towards the top floor windows. Cool. Now this next camera is for the aggressive peekers. I know there's a lot of aggressive peekers that like to, you know, spawn peek from there, spawn peek from there, spawn peek from there, and, you know, back over there. If you throw a camera on this ledge and have someone, you know, even a Jaeger peek it and just call it out when they're passing by there, or even when they're passing by there, that can be a game changer when killing a thermite or a Blackbeard. Okay, cool. Is in the armory, whether it's a secure area or the hostage that sits right there, or even when bomb is split. You know, bomb has a tendency to be split here and in the briefing room, right? So it's always good to know what's going on, who's opening that, what's going on out here. Better explain it. I'm hopping out this door. So you always want to get a camera that looks all this right here, even the top part, right? You know, I do see a lot of people that, you know, run and gun, they put a cam right there, and then they sit here and they wait and they wait and they wait for people to pop up, and they try to kill thermite. But it's been used so much that the fact that people are, you know, expecting it. You know, you usually have a Blackbeard watching this or someone else watching, you know, make sure the thermite's not killed. So there's an easier way for that. You know, it's always, you know, since Valkyrie lacks the fact that in ACOG, it's always good for someone else to peek this, but it still works. So when prep phase is still going on, you want to come to this laundry room near master bedroom towards east side, right? You tilt the camera to the right, throw that camera right there. Bam, and it sees everything. And someone with an ACOG, preferably, you know, smoke or Jaeger, you can sit here and peek in and out, you know. And you just watch little by little and try to pick off that thermite, you know, especially when the OBJ is in armory. That could be a game changer. You could actually get a better camera out there as well. You know, the tires do work. There's nothing wrong with using the tires. Yet again, they're at, like, you know, eye level. That's what it is. If you go to the same tree that we use, and if you tilt it on this side, bam, this works as well. It's a little better, but it's very similar to the cam, you know, for the armory lockers. All right, so let's, you know, third floor usually hostages and that. So you kind of want a cam overlooking the windows. You open this window on west side garage, and it takes 2 seconds to hop out. And the camp right there. Voila. And this overlooks the whole west side, and this does help with the master bedroom situation too. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the feedback. Hit the subscribe button for more tips and tricks with Valkyrie and with other future operators as well. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video.